Coming up on this episode of TerpVision. Even after 100 years of service to the state of Maryland, this program isn't slowing down. One of the most cherished landmarks on campus will once again become the national standard. Lions and dragons and ice cream? Oh my. And a new course here at Maryland headed into the wild. It's all next on TerpVision. Hello everybody, my name is Tiziano D'Affuso and welcome to TerpVision, a look at the people, places, and programs that make the University of Maryland one of the greatest universities in the world. We are in Cole Fieldhouse, an iconic Maryland landmark. Hundreds of thousands of people walk through these doors and experience some amazing moments that took place right here in this building. Last fall, the university announced plans to reinvent Cole as a hub for innovation, athletics, academics, and research. Once again, Cole Fieldhouse will become one of the nation's premier collegiate facilities.
It has hosted Elvis Presley, President Kennedy, a groundbreaking ping pong match, and basketball games that made history.
I remember walking out onto the court, and if it was a big game, you could feel the noise. The noise would go right through you as you came out of the tunnel. I really believe this place, the students, the fans, helped us win a lot of games during my time I coached here. It was that type of place.
My most memorable moment was my senior year. We had just finished the regular season. We had beaten Virginia in the last game of the season, and then the fans came running down on the floor and picked myself and Len Elmore up and paraded us around the floor, and we cut down the nets, and it was a very magical moment.
But the William P. Cole Jr. Student Activities Building, better known as Cole Fieldhouse, doesn't house just Maryland's memories. Today, the building holds the university's ambitions. The new Cole Fieldhouse will bring together athletics, collaborative research, and innovative academics. First, the facility will house the Terrapin Performance Center.
This project allows us to remain competitive, and that it really is going to help us from a recruiting standpoint, from a building of bringing these great student athletes in here and making them stronger, making them faster. Most projects that you see of this magnitude, it's new construction. We're going to be able to take that piece of history, give it a new face, and have it live forever.
The facility will also house the Academy of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, charged with exposing every Maryland student with courses in innovation and entrepreneurial thinking.
Traditionally, University of Maryland has had a 25-year rich history in innovation and entrepreneurship. What we really lack to date is a central resource and a central location that engages all students of all majors from all schools and colleges. Cole is going to play a really important role in preparing our students to have an impact on the world when they graduate.
The third element of the new vision for Cole Fieldhouse is the Center for Sports Medicine, Health, and Human Performance. A first-of-its-kind facility, the center will bring together the faculty from the University of Maryland Baltimore School of Medicine with the faculty from the A. James Clark School of Engineering, School of Public Health, and others in College Park.
The word is collaboration. This will be the signature program, the signature project for them working together. It is a tremendous example of how cross-disciplinary cooperation can occur, and I think this facility will really set an example for other universities across the country.
The collaborative research planned for the center is wide-ranging, including the study of nutrition, muscle physiology, biomechanics, occupational health, robotics, concussion, and neuroscience.
It's very important for us to be able to interact with the scientists in the various disciplines. As surgeons and doctors who take care of athletes, we're obviously clinically applying what they're learning and what they're studying. For us to bring the relevance of the patients to them and for them to bring the basic science discipline to us allows the two of us to work together in a way that develops the best possible science.
You start to bring together the entrepreneurial mindset, the engineering and physical sciences with the medicine, with kinesiology and public health, and others. So I think that's what the advantage of the center is that team science approach. We could think of this as a new model for the 21st century.
A world-class athletic performance center. A home for university-wide innovation and entrepreneurship. A cutting-edge collaborative research facility that brings together two powerhouse higher education institutions. That is the vision for the new Cole Fieldhouse.
To repurpose this building and put it back into a facility for the 21st century, I think is an exceptional opportunity for the university.
We have to maintain this place, make it better, and make it a central part of the university. What it will be special.
Every day on this campus, researchers, faculty, and students create cutting-edge technologies and develop forward-thinking solutions to the world's problems. But what good is all that if it doesn't end up in the hands of the people who need it most? That's where the University of Maryland Extension comes in. We recently celebrated our 100th anniversary, but the organization isn't focusing on past accomplishments. Rather, it's looking ahead to its next century of service.
On May 8, 1914, Congress signed into law the Smith-Lever Act, which officially established the National Cooperative Extension Service, a state-by-state network of educators who extend university-based research and knowledge to citizens. Throughout the last century, residents of Maryland have depended on University of Maryland Extension to get the information and tools they need to enhance their quality of life.
Through the Smith-Lever Act, being the translator or the front door of the university, we made great strides of bringing education to many of our residents.
For farmer Guy Moore, who operates Larryland Farms in Howard County, a pick-your-own-fruit and vegetable farm, University of Maryland Extension has served as a lifeline for more than 3 decades.
I have several people from the University of Maryland in Extension on speed dials, so I call them way more than they'd like to hear from me, I'm sure. I have a problem here with this crop. I think I'm going to use this procedure to control the problem. You know, what do you think? The quality control we're able to have here is all because of the resources they bring to the table.
In its early days, University of Maryland Extension was mainly focused on farming practices, home economics, and life in rural areas. While these remain a large part of what Extension does, the organization has had to adapt over the years to keep pace with the changing times and demographics of our state. With offices in every county and in Baltimore City, University of Maryland Extension offers a little something for everyone.
Most people in the state of Maryland probably don't realize the types of programming that we have available for the residents of Maryland.
I think we got a really long-sided, deep made heifer, maybe not quite as wide sprung.
University of Maryland Extension's 4-H program engages more than 96,000 youth each year in the state. From raising animals and showing them at the state fair, to creating elaborate craft projects, to participating in robotics competitions, Maryland 4-H is training the leaders of tomorrow and preparing them for prosperous futures.
It's a lot about learning about how gears work, how programming works, how electricity, how to run everything. But it's a lot about teamwork and collaboration.
There they got it to go clear up on there. Good job.
We continue to celebrate our rich history and that project emphasis that we've had, but we recognize that for our children to be competitive in today's environment, that they need science-based skills, they need workforce readiness that makes them more appealing to individuals in the industry and so forth. So we've evolved their project opportunities to really focus on that, but also celebrating our traditional past.
While the 4-H program is committed to inspiring and educating today's youth, plenty of programs are available for adults in Maryland, whether it's training gardening enthusiasts through the Maryland Master Gardeners program, providing nutrition education in schools and community centers, or helping the farmer down the road bring a better product to your table. University of Maryland Extension educators might have been lurking right under your nose without you even realizing it. After a century of service to the citizens of Maryland, Extension is showing no signs of slowing down, heading into the next 100 years.
What we started in 1914 with the Smith-Lever Act is just as significant today. We are the front door of the university.
The University of Maryland is home to one of the best business schools in the country, the Robert H. Smith School of Business. The Smith School is changing the way we define the traditional college classroom by launching a new course for UMD students that is truly outside the box.
A new entrepreneurship course at Maryland headed into the wild this past fall with a premise that's also a little wild. Send students outdoors to test their prototypes for hiking and camping products. Professor Oliver Schlacke is a former product development engineer who teaches courses on entrepreneurship, innovation, strategy, and creativity in the Robert H. Smith School of Business. With the support of the University of Maryland's Academy for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, he's created the new class, Creativity and Innovation for Business Leaders, Outdoor Edition.
I personally love the outdoors, and I was interested in the technology and the gadgets you can have to make the outdoors more interesting. And so I brought this together with the idea of bringing in students in the classroom, but also bringing them outside to test things in the real world, which is in our case, out in a camping or hiking environment.
Over the 12-week course, undergraduates are split into teams to brainstorm product ideas, then design, produce, and refine their prototypes using creative tools such as a 3D printer, with a goal of eventually launching a crowdfunding campaign through a website such as Kickstarter.
This class is really cool because it gives me an opportunity to have hands-on learning. There's no textbooks, there's no busy work. It's so much more real when you know that you're designing something for the real world. You really have potential to make money from this product.
Her team, 1 of 8, is designing a waterproof boot cover. Other prototypes in development include a survival smartphone case, an accompanying free app, and an outdoors vest with detachable backpack. The teams are made up of students from a variety of majors, such as engineering, computer science, and communication, who can each lend a different skill set to the process of designing, building, and marketing their product.
It all comes together in building a new product. The engineers can develop it, the artists can help design, and then the journalism, they write up what we want branded.
Twice this past semester, students spent a full day at an outdoor campsite testing and refining their product prototypes.
One of the things that makes it a great experience is the fact that we aren't confined to a classroom. And that really gives us a chance to experience things that we've never experienced before, as well as be able to test our product in a different kind of environment.
In addition, by working with associates at Bass Pro Shops, a national outdoor retail chain, students toured one of its stores to learn about consumer preferences, product design, and marketing techniques. They collected feedback from customers and tips from company experts.
Talking to the people who we're going to be selling it to, going to the store and talking to employees, that was really helpful.
Halfway through the class, students selected the 4 most promising products, which they further refined as they prepared a pitch to present for crowdfunding or investor money. These finalists included the waterproof hiking shoe cover, a portable clothes dryer, a kit of buckets and strainers, and a vest that can be converted into a backpack. Via webcam, representatives of Bass Pro Shops listened to the students' in-class presentations, asked questions, and offered advice.
Not all of the products will be successful, but of course part of the experience is the pathway to it. And even though the product is not the next multi-million-dollar product, probably the next one might be the one that can be successful. But this is an environment where you can get an A by failing, but failing intelligently.
One of the many benefits of being a student here at Maryland is that you get to experience cultures from all over the world. The Confucius Institute, for example, the first one established in the US, strives to connect the East to the West.
This is a global celebration of the 10th anniversary of Confucius Institute worldwide and in Maryland, because the first Confucius Institute was established right here in Maryland 10 years ago.
The Confucius Institute is a national organization that promotes the understanding of China through the study of language, culture, ethics, and philosophy. Through the Confucius Institute, University of Maryland students have access to enriching Chinese language courses, seminars and cultural events, teacher training programs, and more.
More and more people are interacting economically, business-wise, education-wise. It's not enough just to learn the Chinese. We also need to understand how to interact culturally and what is important. That comes from understanding the arts, the music, and so all of that makes it very important for us to be involved in the Confucius Institute.
In 2004, the University of Maryland established the first Confucius Institute in the country and currently has the longest operating Confucius Institute in the world. University students, faculty, and staff recently joined together with community partners, Chinese embassy officials, and performers to celebrate this milestone. The cultural celebration included traditional Chinese food, a Chinese painting exhibit, singing and instrument performances, martial arts demonstrations, and a variety of Chinese dancers. Troops from local elementary, middle, and high schools also performed.
There's a lot of energy here, a lot of excitement. You have performers coming from 2 different places in China. We have our own students performing. So it's a great event.
Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of TerpVision. Once again, my name is Tiziano D'Affuso, and I hope you enjoyed our stories about the University of Maryland. Fear the turtle.